Hey everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Hope you're managing well during quarantine. So in today's video, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to sort of try and reach out to a vendor of a property. I'm going to be using a strategy known as direct to vendor. So that's going to be sort of me trying to directly reach the vendor via a letter. It's only one way of doing it. I'll be taking you guys along with me. Along the way, I'll probably just be explaining a few things, why direct to vendor is the best way of, trying to reach a property owner, and why it's the best deal. It's the best way to get a deal as well, and sharing my personal experiences. So let's go. Alright, so before we actually go out and post anything, I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what you have to do actually. So this is the sort of thing that I'd normally prepare. It's like a red envelope. Bright colors usually work the best in terms of getting the attention of the vendor. Reason why is because they probably got like 100 of other letters in their postbox, and the bright color stands out. So in these letters that I sort of write, I try and do it handwritten, just so it shows a little bit more authenticity, and it shows that I'm not sort of doing it to 100 other people or 100 other properties. So you want the vendor you want to establish trust very quickly. I think writing it by hand is one way you can do that, because it shows that you've put your actual effort into it, rather than just doing like a printed template off the computer or off the internet. And just to give you an idea of what it is that I actually write, so the intention of the letter is really just to show my true intentions of actually acquiring a property. And so it may go something along the lines of: Dear homeowner, my name is Masood. I was just wandering about in the area. I think it's a fantastic area. I was looking for a property specifically on this road, and I happened to stumble across yours. I wanted to know if you'd be open to the idea of selling, or if you knew anyone who was selling. I'm definitely very keen on hearing from them. I'm ready to move quickly. I have my finances in place, and I'd be open to scheduling any viewings if you'd be free, or if you'd be okay with that. And then just writing my contact details at the end with my number, and then hoping that they get back to me. I've only ever done it a few times, so it kind of needs a lot of effort consistently. So you need to do it sort of not once, you need to do it sort of several times, maybe like once a week over like a 2-month period, to actually get a sort of reaction. It's a bit like it's basically like selling to people. You kind of have to follow up a few times before you actually make an impression. But you never know, you might get a call on the first letter. The key thing is just to really stick with it, really. So yeah, another thing that I forgot to mention was really, you want to know what the homeowner's name is, so you can write it in the letter. Usually when you write their name, it makes the letter, again, more sort of trustworthy, and it shows that you've done your research. They're probably going to be wondering, how the hell did this guy find out my name? And the way you actually do that is, you can do it for a number of ways, but what I do is I use the land registry, which has the titles and the registered names of the property owners. It's a website where you can go on to and search for a particular property if you know the address, and if you pay like a small fee, £3, you can actually find out the vendor's details and who the property is registered under, and if there's any sort of charges on the property. So if they have any sort of lending that they've taken out to acquire that house, then that will show up on that sort of on that document. It gives you an idea of what's going on, really. Also guys, just wanted to point out, as you've probably noticed, why I'm still wearing a hoodie in the YouTube video. So I'm a little bit embarrassed. I need a bit of a haircut. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep my hoodie on for the rest of this video. The barbers, I think, are opening around the 4th of July, which is this week, or yeah, this week or next week. So gonna try and get a haircut as soon as possible. Yeah, it's getting pretty bad now. So I bet you're probably wondering at this point, why do we want to go direct to vendor? So the reason why we actually want to, oh crap, there's my mom. It's funny. 1 second. Okay, so as I was saying, the reason why we want to go direct to vendor is really it cuts out the middleman. So that's the estate agent or the agent who's trying to sort of sell the property. And the reason why we want to sort of do that is because it cuts out their fee. So usually they'd be charging you a fee to actually market the property. So by going direct to vendor, we can probably get a better deal. Alright guys, so I'm just near the double carriage. I'm just going to try and go to somewhere quiet and maybe just give you a rundown of what I did. So as I was saying, I've just got round to the property now and I posted my letter. It's, as you can see, it looks pretty run down from the little quick shot that I got from the of the house. The front door was boarded up. The windows were in a pretty bad state. The garden was pretty overgrown. There was a lot of just basically looked like a mess, and I'd imagine it's somebody who is not taking care of the property for whatever reason. They might be ill, may not have enough support at home. For whatever reason, this is an opportunity for someone like myself to step in and possibly take the property off the hands of whoever it is. And there's an opportunity to add value. By doing this, I'll probably end up getting a better deal because the house will probably be cheap compared to the other houses on this street. And there's a potential for me to actually rent it out, or I can sort of sell it if I wanted to. The reason why direct to vendor works really well is because I have an opportunity to actually engage with the seller and actually build a relationship with them. And another thing is, even if I don't manage to acquire the property or want to buy the property, I can actually package this up as a deal and sell to someone else if they wanted to. Now, I'm not going to say that's easy. It's not easy to do because you do have to find deals, negotiate with the vendor, and create a situation where it would be appealing to another investor to step in and actually acquire the house. Another thing that I wanted to mention is the houses that are in the worst condition, they usually make the best deals because there's an opportunity to add the most value or more value. The more value you can add to a house via refurbishment or getting some sort of planning permission or some other way where you can increase the space of the house, which is going to help to increase the overall value of it, that's an opportunity for you as an investor / developer. The next difficult thing or obstacle to overcome is accessing the finance of it. So this is an area where I'm learning on the ropes, or I'm learning as I go along. I have an idea and I have an understanding of how to acquire finance, private finance, but it isn't something I've done as of yet, but this is something I'm planning to do. Hopefully this video was a little bit educating for you and provided a little bit of value about how you can find a deal. I believe direct-to-vendor is the best way to actually find a deal for the reasons that I've mentioned in this video. If you had any questions, or if you wanted to learn more about how to actually find deals and negotiate with vendors, or actually invest in property yourself, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help you and answer any questions. Other than that, don't forget to like this video, comment down any thoughts you might have had, and of course don't forget to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. See you in the next one.